Hello Internet, your friendly neighborhood gremlin here, and today we're going to give Pate an old school internet cafe. I don't know why in the world it is she's asked for that, because if you look at her or you read her bio, she likes cute, simple, yellow and white things, wants to be an archaeologist. I don't really know where the internet cafe comes in, but that's what she wanted, so this is what we give her. This build ends up being incredibly short, like I think it's 7 minutes or something stupid like that. I do only do the upstairs and the downstairs. We don't do an exterior, but I've been doing just 2 builds a couple of times now, and they've always managed to hit like approximately 10 minutes. So I don't really know what's different here. I did intend on doing an exterior, but by the time we got out there, my brain was mush and I couldn't get anything to look right. Probably should have just done like a city exterior like I did for Shep, but I didn't want to. Can't tell you why. I was very excited and I had a lot of fun doing that for Shep, but while we were trying to exterior this build, it wasn't going to come together, and so there just isn't an exterior build for this one, and we're all gonna have to live with that. As someone whose closest experience to being in an internet cafe was one time using a computer at a tourist center to send an email to a friend while I was on vacation, quite frankly, I had no idea what it was I was doing. So we did a quick Google search, and it wasn't very helpful. Well, I mean, I guess if you think about it, actual internet cafes in real life are not attractive. Which makes sense. I mean, they are very much just sort of function over form builds. Most of the newer ones looked like they were just sort of like fancy computers altogether, but the older ones with the older computers seem to have these sort of like terminals, which is what we went with because she said old school, and I don't know, I just kind of liked it. And then the only other inspiration I got from all of those images that existed, just again sort of like collectively, was neon lights. Sitting here now, I'm thinking maybe I should have taken the cafe part a little bit more seriously. It might have been cute to have a little coffee shop in here, or maybe upstairs. Oh, upstairs is definitely my favorite part of this build, so I'm glad I didn't shove something else up there. I'm gonna put the server towers behind the neon sign. I don't know if in the end that is even noticeable at all, but I kind of liked it. I'd also like to talk about the fact that the neon sign gives off 0 light. Like, I actually thought it was turned off, so I went and tried to turn it on, and then it got darker. I feel like the ones they put on the wall sort of give off more of glow, though they could also stand to be a little bit brighter, I suppose. Do you think maybe they dimmed when I dimmed the lights? Is that a thing that happens in Animal Crossing? Do all of the lights dim? Or is it just like the central overhead light? I don't actually know how any of this works. I don't really pay a lot of attention, I suppose. One good thing you could say about this build is that I managed to use the extremely tall counters, which I am always impressed by, and we managed to make that one happen. But here we are building like a little food bar, I guess. I'm not sure how practical this would be in a real life situation, because you can't guarantee that the people paying to use the computer aren't going to end up putting crumbs in your computer or using their sticky hands to touch the mouse and keys and stuff. But also, I think your goal will be to keep the people here as long as possible, because as long as they're here, they're paying you money. And of course, it is Animal Crossing, so nobody's gonna get any crumbs in anything. I don't know that I understand the appeal of the internet cafe, especially the modern ones where you don't have your own like private cubicle or anything, so you're just sitting directly next to other people. Like, I understand conceptually why they would be helpful. If you can't afford internet or a computer at home and you need one, this would be a great place to go. Though I suppose you could just do that at the library and then it would be free. But I do not think that that is their main use. Like, if you look at the pictures of the stuff online, and maybe they're just pictures of stuff online so they're fancier than what you get in real life, but those computers are like decked out a little bit, and the sort of like general knowledge that I have, to be clear, I haven't read anything about this. I don't even read news stories about stuff like this or whatever, so this can be entirely sensationalized headlines and all sorts of other stuff. But like, people stay there for like days at a time, even just like all day, and play games, but they use them for like video games and stuff. And here we are at the end of the ramble, and I don't really know why I thought that was the thing that I should talk about. But just to be clear, of course, I want to say that I'm not judging people who use these for whatever it is they want to use them for. You're your own person, live your own life, make your own choices. I don't care what you do, as long as you're not hurting other people, whatever you want. I just don't really understand the appeal. Sorry, we should probably be talking about the build. I mean, that makes the most sense, right? Here I am building an extremely ugly gallery wall, and it's a hot mess, and I hate it, but I also just kind of accepted it was bad and moved on. We were just not having a good day in Animal Crossing. Oh, that was the thing that I wanted to talk about. Rosie lied to me, and I'm very upset about it. Essentially, she was on the island. She wanted a vacation home. I was like, okay, I like Rosie. She's cute. We had her on my island for a while. So I approached her, and this is what the bubble above her head says, verbatim. I need a studio suitable for a true pop star. That's it. That's what it says. And so I thought we'd make like a little studio. We'd have a good time. I was like, cool, let's do that. And then I get there, and what she's actually asking for, apparently, is a talent agency. And the items she wants, like in her order, and also her like specified items that she wants, are very much talent agency themed. So that's what she was asking for, but that's not what she said she was asking for. So I stole her $30K and left. So then I found Pate. And though this build did not turn out exactly the way I wanted it to, I was not starting again. So this is what we get. But let's talk about the sort of concept of upstairs. Essentially, that security video wallpaper, I found it when I was downstairs looking for other stuff, is great and I love it. And so we themed the whole build around that. Originally what was going to be upstairs might have been like a karaoke bar, or maybe it just would have been an apartment for Pate. And instead she gets a security room. But also I'm very glad because I really love this upstairs build. Maybe my questionable decision of the build can be that little bed in the corner, because in real life you probably shouldn't be sleeping on the job as a security manager or guard or whatever, but I really like the way it looks and the sort of cozy vibe it adds to the room. I managed to use this LED sign thing twice, which feels like an accomplishment. I never managed to make it work, or I suppose I should say very rarely managed to make it work, but here we are. We've got one downstairs and we have one up here. The one up here probably doesn't fit, but it is there. But would you look at that? We've managed to ramble our way to the reveal. So I suppose if you've liked the build, or you just had a good time hanging out with me, you can hit the like button. Or you could leave a comment down below about what you think, or how absolutely adorable Pate is in this outfit, or even what your Pate build looks like. And if you think you might want to do this again sometime, you can hit the subscribe button. And of course, as always, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Goodbye!